Chair of Homeland Security at the America First Policy Institute, former Acting Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Chad Wolf. Great to see you this morning, Chad. What's your take on what's really driving these coordinated efforts to disrupt ICE operations there in Jersey?
Well, we've seen this before. This is the left that doesn't like immigration detention. They want all of these facilities closed down, both the ones owned by the government and the private facilities as well. And they'll do things like they're doing now in Delaney Hall. They'll talk about subpar treatment conditions. They'll talk about the food. They'll talk about everything. This is their playbook. They have used this for the last 10 years. And it's all in an effort just to do away with immigration detention. Obviously, ICE has a mission. They're going to continue to do that mission, and they're going to continue to hold people in detention.
Yeah, Chad, here's what Secretary of Homeland Security Markwayne Mullin had to say about these protests. Take a listen.
It shows this radical left Democrats' priorities when they decide to go out and protest a detention center where we're housing rapists, child predators, murderers, drug dealers, and they choose Memorial Day of all the time to go protest something that they say that that it's because they're on a hunger strike when there was only a handful of individuals that was refusing to eat because they want their ethnic group or their ethnic right food. Well, they go back to their country and get whatever food they want. The fact is, we're giving them the calories they want. This isn't Holiday Inn.
I love that. This is not a Holiday Inn, Chad.
Yeah. Look, all the individuals in these facilities have broken the law to one degree or another. There are some hardened criminals in there, and there are others that have entered the country illegally, which is, again, a crime. This isn't summer camp. This is a detention facility where people are housed until they're removed out of the country. And then they have certain standards. They have national standards. Tom Homan's talked about this, that most of these standards are far and above any state or county standards for a jail. So, look, again, this is the left just crying foul as they normally do. It's another effort to try to close immigration detention.
Yeah, you also have Democrat lawmakers now trying to get in on this chaos and use it to their advantage. New Jersey Senator Andy Kim showing up to one of those protests and was apparently hit with pepper spray as well. This administration has obviously pointed out dozens of times that these detainees have, as you said, broken our nation's laws. They're here illegally. That's why they're locked up. And again, to what Secretary Markwayne Mullin had to say, this is not a Holiday Inn. You're kept there until you can go back to your home country. But what do you make of what we're seeing here in these images? Democrats showing up, trying to get in on this action.
Well, this is performative art at its best, right? We saw this several months ago where you had a congresswoman who was arrested out front protesting in that same facility. But again, they're not just protesting. They go far beyond that, and they try to restrict law enforcement officers going in and coming out of that facility. They're putting themselves in front of a law enforcement operation, and when they do that, they break the law. And so when you have a senator out there that says, oh, I'm just there peacefully protesting, but yet he's getting in the way, and he's not listening to lawful commands of those ICE officers to disperse, to move out of the street, move out of the roadway, well then, he's going to get what he deserves, which is less than lethal munitions, making sure that they can clear that so that law enforcement can come and go.
All right, Chad Wolf, great to have this conversation with you this morning. Thank you for taking the time.
Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.